Salutations, citizens! We are back in... Oh, that's not the sprint button. We are back in... How do I run? There we go. We are back in Deadly Premonition. Somewhat annoyed. So, if you're watching this episode by now, you will have seen episode 3, where, for some reason, I had some weird capture drops in, like, the resolution just randomly dropped for some reason. I don't know what caused it. I think I might have left the Xbox app running in the background, and it was downloading Gears of War, and so it couldn't. Downloading an update for Gears of War Tactics. Sorry, Gears Tactics they call it now. Stupid name change. And yeah, so it ruined it, which is annoying because I, more recently, have been playing on... So normally what I do is I obviously capture the footage from my console to the capture card. And then what I've been doing... So it plays for the TV, and I record it to the capture card, and then I play the game and I record the footage. What I've been doing more recently is I've been playing directly, like doing the same thing, but instead of looking at the TV, I've been looking at the actual PC and looking at the capture, because it's 1-for-1. So there's no reason for me to look at the TV, really. And I was doing that, and it looked fine. And the entire reason I do that is so that I can see when there's a problem with the capture, because normally what I see is what... Is that a squirrel? I don't know what that was. What I see is what the capture shows up as. And so, yeah, it came through. The capture was fine. There was no problems at all. But for just whatever reason, it decided, nah, we're going to have some really weird drops in quality. So I think I can get a key for this later, which lets me get to the other fishing spot. I've decided to go do some fishing. I've got until 3 PM to go to the community centre, and there's not a lot to do at this point from memory, because I don't think I've got any... I'll go have some lunch at the police station. We can get a little cutscene there. I don't think there's much else to do, though. So I thought, well... I bought a rod, I bought some bait, we might as well, right, do some fishing. Let's got this lovely, the song's called Life is Beautiful, by the way. Oh. That's how this works, I remember now. I was curious because I was like, I don't actually remember the fishing minigame. I got 5 worms, so we might as well use all 5 fish yet. I don't actually remember how the fishing minigame in this game works. And that's how it works. So as soon as it comes up, you tap A, and then I get a slot machine. And then I have to try and land on... Well, I'll do it properly. What I did that time is I tapped A, because I thought it was one of those tap A ones. Oh, I didn't get anything. I guess that happens sometimes. I mean, this is relaxing. As fishing games, I quite like fishing games in games, generally. There's a few that... Animal Crossing, so I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing recently. I was actually looking at it before I started playing this day. I put 135 hours into that game. Which is a lot of time. Right, so I want the... I think I want to get it about there. Oh, no. Okay. I don't know why the end boxes are black. I guess that's so you can't see what you're fishing. I got a normal worm. Okay, so I got an extra go at this. Great. Wait, hang on, I got unnormal worms. How am I back up to sit? Oh, whatever. I'll go until I get the present, because the present's the thing that's actually worth a damn. I don't know what it is, though. Yeah, so I'm playing a lot of Animal Crossing. That has a fishing mini-game in it, and there's something about it. The fish will, like... Ah, one off. Okay. I'm getting the timing down, though. I'm getting the timing down. I love the rock. It goes suddenly from... do, 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 like this lovely whistling Life is Beautiful music to... da-da-da-da-da, it's time to catch a fish. It's time to catch a fish. So it's quite stressful in that sense, but all I do need to do is just press A, and I do have as much time as I want to press it, I think. Animal Crossing has this thing where the fish will hit your bob up to 5 times, and it will eventually latch on. But you've got a small window after it latches on in order to reel it, and then you just have to tap A. Once you've actually got the fish, it's just a case of tapping A until you reel it in, which is easy. But there's just something about it. It's just like I'm constantly like twitchy. Like I'm constantly twitching. Ah, one too early. Okay. Like I said, we're narrowing it down. I got 4 more worms to get this right. But yeah, I'm just constantly like twitching, and what happens is I just keep pressing A early, and just going away the fish, and it's really irritating. But yeah, I do like fishing minigames. I like the fishing minigame in Link's Awakening. I like the fishing minigame in Stardew Valley. I don't know what it is. Fishing minigames, it's something that so many games have. Like, so many games just go... Like, I would be surprised if Doom had a fishing minigame somewhere. Just, hey, bored of fighting the spawn of hell, catch a fish. Just, you know, there's not many of them. You don't have to do it very long. It's optional, but it's there. It's just one of those... It's one of those things that games seem to like putting in, is fishing minigames. And they're boring to watch. If you're watching this, well done for you. Alright, there. Oh, come on! I got that! That was a cheat. You did an extra bleep that time. I nailed the timing on that. That's bullshit. Yeah, nailed it. Well, 1 worm to go. Yeah, I got a picture of a present, and I caught a Polly Oxford. So yeah, I think I got a trading card of Polly Oxford. I mean, we've gone to the effort of catching it. Let's have a look at it. There she is. The owner of the hotel, are built on the pushy side, but full of good intentions. She enjoys talking, but is hard of hearing. Damn, that sound. Alright, so that was fishing. Don't worry, I will never do fishing again. I have a feeling there is a point... Oh, is there a point where I have to fish for a clue? There might be a point where the game makes you do fishing for a clue. But I otherwise won't do fishing again for fun. And I use the word fun loosely. Because I appreciate it's not that interesting. Also, if you're wondering what these blue spots are, I ran past them. I can definitely peek. But like the ones that let... I mean, I'll show you. Like the ones that let me peek at the police station, I remember when I first played this game, and I sort of had some I had some time to, you know... My inclination as open world games is to go and do everything in the open world that I can do before I move on to... This is a way nicer room than mine. I do everything in an open world game before I move on to doing the story, because there's stuff you can miss. And at this point, I think when I first played this, I didn't know what stuff you could miss and couldn't miss. No, I keep trying to sprint and I keep drawing my thing out. So I ran around and I looked at every single one of these. From memory, there's never a point when there's anything there. Like, you can... I get the feeling, given the size of the hotel, that there was maybe more stuff planned for the hotel. I don't know. It is a legit mystery. The thing is, as far as I remember, there's only one other... Hang on. How do I... That's my highlight. There we go. There's only one other... Nope. Why is that button reversed, but that button not dry? By the way, Since I last played as well, I've identified that my second set of... at first, it shouldn't really matter, because the buttons are all in the same place. It's just been a couple of days since I played. That is drive, so why wasn't it moving forward? The second set of Joy-Cons, the left Joy-Con has started to have Joy-Con drift. Hooray! Now, annoyingly, I was lazy, and I haven't sent my first set off to be repaired yet. Okay, maybe this doesn't matter. What my point was is that I thought, oh, maybe because of the Joy-Con drift, that's why the driving was so difficult, because the left analog stick was occasionally drifting left. But as you can see, that's not mattering that much. Wait, what did Lord York say? I thought he was going to have a conversation. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh well. I'm sure if he wants to talk about a movie, it'll pop back up again. So I'm hoping this is now displaying properly and isn't... Annoyingly, I'm tempted to like pause, save and stop the game and just check the footage to make sure... In fact, I might do that. There is a save point right outside the police station. So let me drive to the police station. I'll save and quit. I'll check the footage, and then we'll just for my peace of mind, because it seemed to be the driving sections where it happened most egregiously. I think it was just because this is the most amount of like action. And the scene with the rain and static. So like basically anything where lots of stuff was going on, it's just the resolution dropped. They couldn't handle it. Where am I? I might go and visit the gun store as well, since I've got a bit of time to... Because I basically have time to explore town, and I don't have anything to do. I have quite a lot of... I mean, I could... Just... that's not how you zoom, is it? Oh yeah, I am as zoomed out as you can get. I can just go to the community centre and... Oh, there's the sheriff's department. I guess it's not open for... Alright, but left and left. It'll tell me what time lunch is. I think lunch is 9 AM, so I'm probably early. But, you can smoke, and that will, burn time. Studio GV, that's not a real place. Yeah, it's only the places that are actually in red that are real. Let's drive across this beautiful park, which does have a fountain in the middle, but is otherwise nondescript. I'm not going to get that card. That's not what this is going to turn into.
Zach, if you notice anything, just stop me.
There we go. There's the police station. As I said, I will eventually relearn. I will eventually cut these driving sections out as well, because there isn't much to it at the moment, but for the time being, I'm going to leave them in. I don't know, just for a little bit. It's nice to sort of see the town, I guess. I do like that when you do get out of the car, it does park the car up for you as best it can. So you're not, like, you don't leave your car out in the middle of the street. He does actually sort of pull it over to... I mean, it is still in the middle of the street, but it is, like, lined up with the curb at least. Alright, so let's save. I'm going to then stop recording and check the footage, and then we'll come back. Okay, no, we're fine. Oh, it's actually closed. Ugh. No, we're fine. I checked the footage. It's recording fine. Part of me was worried it was maybe like a game-specific thing. But yeah, like I said, I think it was just literally just that something was downloading in the background. Do I have any cigarettes to pass the time? Or do I need to go and buy some? Wait, I have a full pack. So let's go until 10, because I think lunch goes from 10 until 1. I might be wrong. It might be 9 till 1, but either way. And so... there we go. You can have a lovely little lunch cutscene. Then I'll go check out the gun store. I think that is open during the day. Maybe see if I can get myself a new gun or an upgrade or something. I can't remember exactly what you do at the gun store. Where is... I can always see the lunch. There it is. Through the wall.
Hello?
Boom. Let's have our lunch cutscene.
So, what exactly do you want to talk to everyone about?
This case goes deeper than you think. The townfolk may have heard about the murder, but they don't understand it. It's a very dangerous situation, and I need to warn them properly. I hope most of them are decent enough to come.
No problem there. Emily has made all the arrangements.
I've told everyone to gather around between 1500 and 1700.
Great. Reminds me of a film I saw recently. The town is under attack by aliens, and so the mayor calls all citizens to the town hall to warn them. However, seeing this, the aliens attack the hall and wipe them all out together.
Is that relevant, Agent York?
The way they kill is fantastic. They used a combination of balloons and meat sauce for exploding heads. Those aliens start firing their death rays and heads start popping. Splat! Really quite something.
Agent York, some of us are trying to eat here.
I know, Emily, I'm one of them. Well, anyway, your cooking is the best, Thomas. Thank you.
No problem.
I think you'll agree, absolutely worth doing those cutscenes. Like, I'm going to try and get lunch at the precinct whenever it's available. Because apart from anything else, it's free food. And I do need to keep York fed, as we've seen, otherwise he just constantly starts losing health. And apparently my FBI reservation with the with Polly's hotel doesn't include breakfast. So there's that. Now, is my car still parked? No. Where's my car gone? This happens as well with police cars as they move them. I can steal a car. Actually, can I steal a car? I don't think I can. I think I do need keys. Yeah. I think if I go to the junkyard, I can sort of set a car as I can get better cars, but I can also like set a car to be my my main car, and it will just be near wherever I am. So, what? Whoa, I'm a cop. No, you don't do that. I'll arrest you. So, there is a diner. The thing is, I could go and talk. This is what I did before. Is I could go to like A&G Diner and go and talk to people, but as far as I mean, I'll double check, but as far as I remember, you don't actually get any, like, they're just kind of standing around. I don't think they're actually doing anything. Yeah. I think I've used up York's talk sequence for this section. Although, I say that, Harry's limo's here, so maybe there is something you can do here. I thought you didn't...
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today.
Yeah, we've got...
Just think of
Oh,
talking
it's 1
in front
o'clock.
of
Oh,
all
I
those
lost...
people.
I guess I lost
think,
time
Zach?
having lunch at the...
It's going to get fun.
At the precinct. Yeah, so again, all these blue dots are just me peeking in the window if I just want to spy on people. Like I said, I don't know why... there's very few places in the game where it's actually relevant for you to do that. Yeah. It's like I can talk to Emily.
Hi.
The town residents are gathering between 1500 and 1700. Try not to scare them too much. But there's not actually anything... Let's get out my bar. I can introduce myself to new people, I suppose.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Olivia Cormack.
Oh, that's a bad time to blink. I've had photos like that.
Olivia. Now that's a lovely name.
Do you think so? You're the only one who's ever said that other than my father and Nick.
Oh, it's a very good name. You should be proud of it. There's that famous singer, too, isn't there? From the 70s? She's actually from England, but She's got this really strong image of being an American pop singer.
Huh?
That's it. Olivia Newton-John. You know of her, right? She's not only a successful singer, she's successful as an actress, too. Personally, I really liked Xanadu back in 1980. She played a cute fairy and just looked amazingly stunning. It's hard to believe she was 32 at the time. Right, Zach?
Sorry, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Really? That's a shame. You should watch it when you get a chance. You'll learn to love your name.
Oh, okay.
So, Olivia, do you know anything about Anna that might be helpful to me?
Oh, she was a bright and lovely girl. I can't believe she...
Did she ever look worried or anxious?
No, not really. I can't believe it, really. I'm never going to see her again, am I? She was here with us, so happy and energetic just a few days ago. She and I, we were getting all excited over some new dessert.
Thank you, then. If you remember anything else, let me know.
Yes, I actually forgot that you had conversations like that
Yes.
for the first time you speak to people. So I suppose there is... I could go around and do that. Not having it be your loss, so says Mr. Stewart. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, there's generally not much of a reason to... I can go back here and... Oh, actually, I don't think I...
Hey, I'm working here. You can't just stroll into a chef's kitchen.
Then perhaps you would give me your permission to enter.
No, get the hell out of here.
Zach, everyone has their own sanctuary. Let's leave him in his.
Yeah, I get a chance to talk to all these dudes over the course of the story anyway. So whether I introduce myself to them now or introduce myself to them later is of little consequence. But let's grab this trading card of coffee. Important suspect. As York says, everyone in this town's a suspect. Alright. I got less time than I thought, because I didn't realise eating lunch... Makes sense that it does. But I didn't realise eating lunch ate up 3 hours of my time. So let me see where the community centre is, and then let me see where the gunsmith is, and see if I think I've got enough time to get there in 2 hours. There's also the shop as well, which, you know, wouldn't be too bad to go to. So the community centre is just down here. So that's from here. I think Emily's outside in her car, which is why she's big. So it's left, and then second left, just follow that down. The gunsmith, if I just keep following this road, that's the electrical substation. I think I need to go there for a mission later. Just keep following this road. Is that the... That's the gas station. That's the milk barn. And Panda Bear, that's the gun shop. And that's Lysander's junkyard. I wish it showed you when this stuff was open from the map. Maybe if I zoom in? No. Maybe I need to go there once for it before it shows up. Actually, no, because I say that. The police station doesn't show up as being... Yeah. I think I got enough time. So I just need to... Zoom out. I just need to go down here and follow this road. I've got until 5 o'clock, technically. Oh, there goes Emily. Hang on. I'm pretty sure she just drove through... Women drivers, eh, guys? Oh. It's fine, it's 2010. That level of sexism was... I don't know, no, probably not that acceptable. I can use that joke when we're playing a game in the 90s, but... No, 2010s... Yeah, it's still too recent. Interesting. I've never seen...
So, where shall we go next?
Yeah, he's just doing this. Alright, I'll cut out the driving stuff here. Okay, well, Big Panda or whatever it's called is closed. Don't remember what the opening time is for that, but fortunately Milk Barn is just over here. So parking. There we go. Parking. So we can still do the Milk Barn. I think Milk Barn I can get some new clothes in, which is important. Because we have to keep York looking dandy. So I think you'll all agree. So we can't be doing FBI work in an old suit. And we can meet. So these are Isaac's parents, I think.
So you're the talk of the town.
Yeah, Keith Ingram, Kelly Ingram, I think her name.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
That's not a good position.
Please call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
The name's Keith. A pleasure meeting you, York. Sure is a big scar. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
So, Keith, I have a couple of questions about the incident.
Huh? Sure, fire away, man.
Did you know Anna Graham?
Yeah, of course, man. Poor little Anna. She was such a nice girl. I mean, what kind of sicko would do that to her?
Well, I'm here to catch that sicko. Listen, even the smallest piece of information might be useful to me. If there's anything you noticed or want to let me know, contact me.
Okay, will do, bro. You got my cooperation, FBI.
Another thing, I'll be frequenting your store during my stay here, so I'll see you around.
Sure thing, bro. We got what you need, so drop in anytime.
Yeah, Keith's cool. And his wife is over here. Might as well introduce myself to her as well.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Lily Ingram. My husband owns the convenience store, and we have 2 sons.
I don't remember much about Lily Ingram. I think she's quite
I
boring.
like to think that I'm just a regular wife in a regular family. Aside from the point that our sons were the first witnesses to the crime scene.
You seem pretty calm considering their involvement in such a big murder case.
You think so? I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, if I looked all bleak and gloomy, I think it would hurt our business. Agent Morgan, about that scar.
Lily, please don't call me that. Call me York if you can. People have been calling me York for a long time.
You're a silly one.
No, not at all. I'm just a regular special agent. So what were you about to say, Lily?
Huh?
About my scar?
I'm sorry. I seem to have forgotten. It's because you said something silly.
I see. Well, if you remember anything important, just let me know.
I will.
I'll probably be making use of your store during my stay here, so I'll see you from time to time.
Okay, I'll see you soon then.
Yeah, so I don't really remember much. Oh, what's she got? Oh, can I start side quests now then?
Hi there.
Why don't you look after the store? I thought I wasn't going to read this out because I thought this would be. I didn't think this would be as long a conversation as it was. Only works well, that lightens the load on me. I see it's a clever strategy. I wouldn't have the patience to carry out that strategy. Now stop being silly. Well, did you want to buy something? I can show you what you've got. Okay, hold on. Okay, she just sells me weapons. Yeah, okay, thanks. I think... Oh, I thought if I went right down to the bottom, he should show me the... That'd be where the suits were. I think Nick has different stuff.
Hi there.
Hi, hon, what's up? Oh, damn it. I did click down, but that obviously didn't take.
Hi there.
Talk.
You always look like a busybody. Is the job working you that hard?
It's not so bad, hon. I've gotten used to it now, really. You seem to be taking it easy.
Sometimes it's important to take a laid-back approach. Pressing forward too quickly can be a recipe for disaster.
You're being silly. Oh, yeah. Hun, if you have time on your hands, can I ask
Okay,
you a
I
favor?
can start side
Such
quests.
as?
I must be in episode 2.
Nothing major. It's just our storage room is a total mess. Keith just makes it worse every time he tries to clean it up. And I can't move the heavy boxes in there. I used to ask my father to help us out, but, well, he's not that young anymore. Of course, I'll give you something in return. If you tidy the place up, I'll give you this.
What's that?
A bronze card. It's a discount card for the milk barn.
Yeah.
You'll be able to buy things cheaper with this. I think it'll help you lower your investigation expenses.
So you're saying that helping you out will ultimately help the investigation?
Zach, what do you think? I don't mind if you want to help her.
Let's do it.
Thank you, hun. The storage room is this way.
Yeah, I think I have to do this 3 times, and she gives me a bronze, silver, and gold card. So yeah, okay, I can do side quests. I didn't think side quests were actually open yet, but I must be on chapter 2, as it lets me. So yeah, all of these ones that say they start in 2, I can now go and pick up, basically. But there are certain stipulations to them. Yeah, it's the stuff with Emily and stuff. Okay. Cool, side quests have started. That's going to slow down progress in the story. Right. Bum bum. So this one... goes here. This is exciting stuff, by the way. But I mean, it's, you know, it's fairly interesting because you can cock this up. Insofar as you can obviously push this one into the one that I just put there, and if you do that, then you can't get the other one into this slot over here. But that's about it. I mean, this is obviously part-time 1. Wait till you see part-time 3. That's when I get my gold discount. Maybe bronze also unlocks the suits as well. Maybe that's, as well as the discount, it also does unlock other stuff. I'm sure I can buy suits from somewhere, and I'm sure it was the milk barn. Stop. So I am letting go of the button well before York. Okay, so what I have to do is let go before he finishes the sort of final push animation.
Thank you, hun. You've been a big help. You're a real hero.
A hero?
You just can't leave those who need help alone, can you? I can tell you now, hun. You're that kind of guy. Anyway, here's your reward, hun. You've earned it.
Yeah, I got a bronze card.
We'll give you a discount from your next purchase.
Thank you, Lily. We'd better be careful not to get carried away and overspend, Zach.
Agent York, you're a good person. My father doesn't seem to appreciate you yet, but I do.
And I'm sure Keith and the boys feel the same. Come by anytime, okay?
I don't think I've met her father yet. Oh, unless he's the groundskeeper. He might be the groundskeeper. Yeah, I think he is, because he did say he was there. So I can get another one from Keith.
Hey, bro!
We've got enough rockin' stuff here, just like a shop in the city. I'm sure you'll find what you want. Check it out. I heard you have everything here. Is that true? Of course, yeah. But I tend to forget what we got. I always get in trouble because my list isn't all that's supposed to be. I mean, for any reason you don't like my list, I'm cool. You could always go to Lily. Her list is always perfect. I'll keep that in mind. So you want to buy something? So I think I can buy stuff from Keith, but he doesn't have everything. Oh, yes. I do want to buy that.
Hey, man. The spot on the map is called Cope's Tunnel. It's one of a couple of places in town where, like, spooky stuff happens. I'll tell you a story, okay, man? But, don't go spreading it around. The spirits, they don't like publicity. Back when this place was a lumber kingdom, you know, the rockin' 80s, that tunnel was the main connection from the lumber yard to this town. Every day, huge trailers would like come in and out. Lots of traffic, dude. Of course, some people were like all up in arms. Save our nature, stop pollution, you know. Big business was pushing in here from all over the US of A. Everyone was bickering over the forest. So some of the town people got even more worked up, you know? They started a protest inside the tunnel itself. I guess maybe that was the start of all the bad times.
Bad times.
Oh yeah, man. Rough stuff and heavy times, man. The conservationists and the lumber workers faced off with each other. Neither side was backing down, and that made things worse. Amid all this chaos, there was a man and a woman who got engaged. Problem was that the man was a lumberjack, and the woman, she was a tree hugger. They rarely ever fought, but then, one morning, they had a lover's quarrel. People think that her love of nature clashed with his profession. But we'll never know what they really were fighting about that morning. The man shouted. He called her an idiot. And then he stormed out and went to work. If only he had known, that would be the last word he would ever say to her. When he finished his work for the day, he got in his car and drove home. When he got to the tunnel, he saw lantern lights glowing faintly. Those fools, not again. He just thought they were protesting in the tunnel again. And to scare them a little, he decided to speed up. He probably thought they'd all scatter so he wouldn't hit them, but the lights didn't move. In fact, one came toward him. A second later, there was a thud, and the lantern flew up into the air. Slammed on his brakes, too late, of course. Then, totally freaked, climbed out to see what had happened. I don't need to tell you who he hit, do I? What's more, in her mangled hand, there was a letter to the head of the lumber mill. A peaceful settlement offer. The woman had no other relatives other than the man. And the lumber mill took no responsibility for the accident. It was going out of business anyways.
What happened to the man then?
No one saw him again. Some say he killed himself, or simply just vanished. You know, he might still be in the tunnel, weeping over his lost love. So now, some folks say there's a ghost of a young man that haunts the tunnel. I told you it was called Cope's Tunnel, right? Well, check this out. Some people call it Corpse Tunnel now. You better be careful, Mr. FBI, if you go down there by yourself.
Yep, that's his side quest. He does that a few times. But there's a good reward for doing it, so we will do them. I don't need anything else though. I don't think he has.
Hey, bro!
I think his side quests are just the spirit points. My boys keep talking at you. York this, York that, how great you are. Me and the missus working here, we can't give them the attention they need. It'd good if you could talk to them when you have the chance. I'll do that. You're alright. You won the third place in my heart, man, behind Lily and the twins. Keith. What is it, bro? You forgot Jim. You're okay. So, behind him too. Don't tell Lily and Jim I forgot him, okay? Don't worry, and thanks. Okay, so... Whew, yeah, we've got a lot of side quests starting. What time is it? Annoyingly, it doesn't tell me the time whilst I'm in the store. I don't think I've used up too much time, though. I certainly don't have enough time to actually go and pick up any more side quests, I don't think. $1:30. Maybe. So yeah, I do now have the orange marker for Cope's Tunnel, which is up here. Yeah. So I can go do that whenever I want, but I don't know if that moves time forward whilst I'm doing that, so I'll hold off. Trying to think. Let's check out Lysander's junkyard. He's only around the corner. I've got an hour and a half until I need to be to the. If I can start side quests, maybe I can start the side quest to get my car back. Which would be good because this car sucks. Okay. Well, I can't remember what time Lysander's is open, so I guess we'll just because I have to look that up. Which is fine, because I need to look at some other stuff regarding the side quests anyway, because you have to be at certain places at certain times to trigger a lot of them. Okay, let's head to the community centre, and then get some actual story going. I'm at the community centre. Obviously I'm early, so I'll smoke to get some to pass the time. But I noticed that oh, well, they were here. They came up with Harry and Michael when I pulled in. Were they in a different car? Jim Green. Oh no, they are here. They must have been in a car. Oh, so this is good. I can talk to people before. What's up, Jim? No, I can't. I can observe Jim. Everyone's waiting. Let's go to the community centre. But they're not. Oh, he's dropped a knee. Oh, he seems sad. Oh, he's just sniffing his hand. Oh, okay. Let's just leave him to his business. What's up, guys? Yeah, I can't actually do anything until 3 o'clock. Can I go inside? I think I can go inside. Nope, it's closed. Okay. Well, then let's smoke. Need to buy some more of these. Boom. 3 o'clock on the dot. Francis York Morgan is nothing if not punctual. I don't know why it's called Mercury Theatre.
Greenvale Community Center. Now that's an impressive building. The clock tower is impressive too.
Okay, I thought there'd be more than that. I think you can see all of the townsfolk standing in the car park before you go in, though. But you'll see them inside when I go and talk to them. See?
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since
most of the
elementary
characters
school.
in the game. There's
And
like
not
a
some
couple
tree
missing,
in the
but
wind this time either. Well, that was a tough role. That was a piece of scenery. Bright red tree.
Thank you all for coming today. Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl, and to bring the one responsible to justice. Unfortunately, incidents like these have a tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents. Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please, guide your children away from such places at all costs. Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the Raincoat Killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
So yeah. Oh, there's still more. Oh.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt. When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Well, thanks for that, Mr. Stewart.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
Yes, I got to go and do some investigative work. What's up, George? Where are you?
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
I'll talk to Thomas and Emily as well.
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again.
What do you mean, all the words I said about
How could
Anna's
one
death?
do such a terrible thing? I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask. You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually. But why?
Could you show it to me, please?
What? Now? Here?
Yes, please. This is vital for our investigation.
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that...
Did it tell you anything?
It told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
I don't know when he got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
I don't know, all of us. Oh.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, the purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain.
Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine.
But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be. Informative and fruitful, you will see. So says Mr. Stewart.
He must have talked
So,
really
Harry,
friggin' quickly then.
You know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
And there he goes, teleports away. What's this? Ooh, coffee. Yum. Steal someone's half-drunk coffee from the sides here. Let's talk to Emily.
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
Okay, so these people are mannequins, effectively. Like, no relation to the case, I'd figure. Yeah, these people, they're not important. It's only the more designed characters who Francis York Morgan gives a shit about. So I think this is Lysander.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
Oh no, sorry, he's the general, but he works at Lysander's junk scrapyard.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, and a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happen in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right. Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit. One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Silly old man. We should poke fun at him when we have the opportunity. What's up, Fiona? See you're still
Are you
freckly
getting
today.
closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo. But I don't think so at all.
He's standing
People
right there,
don't
by the way.
understand
Yeah,
why he's
he's
in the
right
autopsy room all day. But I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. He must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Such a weirdo. What's up, Isaiah? Not Isaiah, Isaac.
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usher, when is Anna's
I
funeral?
remember the character's names.
That's
actually.
still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was her sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Got it. I'll go medium hard on her. Alright, so we've already spoken to Keith and Lily, but let's have a chat with them.
Hey, York! You were rocking it large up there!
Was I? I haven't been on stage like that since elementary school.
You made me think, man, like, things can't go on like this. We need, like, some action or something. I was pretty psyched up, you know, before you got on stage. I was like, dude, a real psycho in town. Pretty sweet gig. But now, I mean, dude, that lunatic could be any one of us, man. I don't want to think of that whack job coming after my family. Makes me shudder all over, man. It was way too heavy. You'll catch him, right, FBI?
Of course. But you need to be able to take care of those you love, too.
You're right, man. Right on the level. I need to do what's right for my family, man. You lit my soul, man. Thanks, FBI.
Oh, I like Keith.
Hey, Lily.
Agent York, your speech frightened some of us a little.
You should work on being more sensitive with words when talking to groups.
Really? I tried my best to be gentle. So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Just Becky, really. She works part-time at the store. She's been acting strange recently.
Strange? How?
I took the boys along to visit her house today. I was just worried, you know, because she hasn't come into work at all after that incident. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily. Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's super suspicious. Understandably so. Let's talk to Polly, and then I think the rest of these people I need to talk to... Oh no, we still got Jim and Daisy, I think is the... Whatever, let's just talk to these people. We need to talk to them anyway.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh, no, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
I like Polly. Okay. I'm glad that was the right thing to do, because I was out of ideas after that point. I don't remember this puzzle at all. I remember the hand door. But again, still no... And I it's doorknob and not just severed hand thing.